The concept for Epartrade is basically, in my opinion, there's a big hole in the internet. So the internet started many years ago, but there's never been an online business community for racers on the World Wide Web. The need for Epartrade is actually quite obvious. Basically, people in the business of auto racing need a place online to hang out and get their problems solved.
It's extremely simple for a buyer or for a supplier to interact on the platform. The first thing you need to do is sign in, which is free. And the second thing is, when you see a product that you're interested in, all you need to do is click on request more information. If it's a company, you click on request more information, and then from there, it is forwarded directly to the buyer or to the supplier.
You can go to epartrade.com, you become part of a community of businesses in racing, and it makes sourcing products much easier than just on the internet or using Google.
At Epartrade, there is no e-commerce. It's literally a connection just like at a trade show. So now, any time of the year, a buyer could reach out to a supplier through an email.
More than that, it's a place to go just to keep current every day. So it's a good place to start your workday in your racing business or in your offices of your professional race team. And you know you're current when it comes to new technology, industry news, technical papers, technical videos, all of that and more. We're not looking for a million hits per day. All we want is people who are really the volume buyers of racing products in the racing industry to be part of the little world of Epartrade. We have racing businesses participating from around the world. So you get suppliers from around the world, you get buyers from around the world.
Epartrade really eliminates having to travel, closing down your shop. Now you have a place to showcase globally your racing product and technology.
We are bringing two wonderful women who have both played a tremendous role in this industry and in the sport. So we're on for something special with Beth Paretta and Lynn St. James. And I see Lynn here and I see Beth. So Jeff, why don't you take over?
Well, all I would do is just going to welcome these ladies to Epartrade once again. Lynn, it's great to see you. Beth, also, I know there's been a lot of breaking news since the last time that we spoke. And Judy, you know, being that you're a lady in sports, I mean, in motorsports, why don't you take this over? I want to sit here once again and listen and have some questions along the way.
Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, I'm going to listen as well. I was lucky enough to see both of you last week at Long Beach Grand Prix. But this is your special press time, so I'm going to hand it off to you two.
Thank you so much. And Jeff, we love you, so you don't have to disappear. But
well, I'm going to give you the screen and I'm going to be watching, Lynn.
Okay. Okay. Well, I am so pleased, excited, and honored, and also thankful that Epartrade has put us in this position to be able to officially launch Women in Motorsports in North America. And after Beth's announcement yesterday, I feel like we're really on a roll. So congratulations, Beth, on your announcement with Simona and Paretta Autosport in the IndyCar. So I'm just going to, share that this was a work in progress that it never really. I didn't just say, well, we're going to do this. It was like, what can we do? And talked to Beth back in last summer. And, she was on board. She just said, you're right. This is the time is right. Even though she was still working hard on her race program, her brain trust and her knowledge and her experience are different. They're different than mine. Everybody's experience right now, I think, is different than mine because of, I did mine so long ago. So Beth, she joined forces, and then we started working and realizing that there are so many other women. I mean, it was like, it amazes me how many people don't realize how many women work in this industry. I think most of us are kind of behind the scenes, or most of them are behind the scenes. And so Beth and I came up with a list, and that list grew to over 40, and that list is now well over 100. And I want to stay right off on the top and say this is women and men.
Yes.
So it's really important that we have male allies in supporting what we're doing and supporting what everybody's doing. So and so Beth, give me your perspective, because you've got a different perspective than mine, but because we really work so well together, and I love that.
Absolutely. And I think that's what probably made us realize that this idea was important and would work and would be bigger than us, right? Because I remember, I was just saying this, that I remember on race morning at the 500, you said to me, it's so amazing to see this being real and all these women on your team. I always felt so alone. And I remember just saying, you're not alone anymore. And look at, and we're all doing this together. And it really clicked, I think, for both of us at that same point of, okay, we're all better together. And the reality is we all know there's a lot of different programs around that are all doing great things. But the idea was, and this is the business mind in my mind, is like, all right, let's figure out best practices. Let's have these dialogues. Let's shine the light on all these other programs. And let's kind of get a community where we can, or a landing place where everybody, anyone that wants to learn about the programs has a place to go. Let's get it all in one spot, or as much in one spot as we can. And that's kind of what the start of the idea of Women in Motorsport North America, let alone, and I know the other thing, not to speak for you, Lynn, is because when you were first named the delegate to the FIA for Women in Motorsport, it's like, okay, there's these great programs around the world. Let's button up what's going on in North America, so that we can, because with this a huge market for racing, there are so many different programs. We're better together, and let's find out what's out there, and let's find out who might want to help. And we started calling people and emailing people, and soon had about 40 as a working group, which I know that first call, it was humbling to see how many people said yes, right? And
I remember that hug when you said, we're in this together, you're not alone. You just give me chills. So what is Women in Motorsports North America? It is a not-for-profit, so we've been able to get not-for-profit status. We are a group of professionals in the industry, working in the industry, who all have mentorship mentality. And the Women in Motorsports North America, and this is the hardest part for me, is that we are primarily a website, which we've been spending months. And I have to do a shout out to Renee Dupree, who has built this website for us. So we want to be a portal of information that everybody and anybody can go to. The media, people working in the industry, people who would like to work in the industry, people who have never thought about working in the industry and hear about us. And so we're this portal of knowledge and information. So we don't have all of the knowledge and information, but we've been mining it. Now it's going to be in this website. And so what we want is people to go to it, but then we want people to tell us what they're doing, right, and either add it to the website. There's a way to go to the website and literally tell us what you're doing, or at least then learn about what is going on. We list all these other organizations that are doing things. We have a community of professionals that you can reach out to. And we have amazing people that are in our community. We'll have events. We have some events that we will be promoting and doing. We've got one coming up June 1st at the Automotive Hall of Fame. We have a symposium on women in motorsports. We have one coming up in October that we're very excited about in Charlotte. But then there's our other events that are either supporting women in motorsports or just, that are not our events, but they're events
just going on.
Yep. So we have to know about you. And so we want this portal to be available to just everyone and anyone that has anything that they either know and want us to know and want others to know, or that they want to know from us. So that's, I kind of really want to, we're not a membership organization. Sometimes it's good to say what we're not. But we are going to have some programs, and I want you to take the lead on the mentorship program, because that is something that's near and dear to your heart and is one of the primary functions of our organization.
Absolutely. And when we're saying that we want to know about what's going around the country, around North America, is, let's say you know of somebody that is starting a karting program for girls in Florida. Tell us about it, because then we want to make sure that we link to your website or that kind of thing, so that if somebody's in that region and they're kind of trying to search, obviously Google searches are great, but if we can be that thing that kind of then starts to come up on that Google search to then direct you. We really just want to be that aggregator of information, of all interesting information, including job postings. So we're going to link to the different series, and so teams or different series can also link to us or have their links on our website so that people can find things. But what we're really excited about right out of the gate is what we're calling our Mentorship Matters program, and we wanted to make sure that with this announcement that there are action items. And that's, I think, what resonated both for Lynn and I is there's a lot of people have great intention. A lot of people have great ideas. And sometimes there's a challenge to making an idea happen. And so that's what we're really excited about. And anything that we can ever do to help someone else's great idea happen, that's what we're here for. But with the mentorship program, we're going to do once a month on a Wednesday evening, probably evening Eastern time, late afternoon Pacific time, because we want to be able to reach as many people as possible. We're going to have, so Women in Motorsports North America is also abbreviated WIMNA, WIMNA. So we're going to do WIMNA Wednesdays, where every month we'll have a different topic, because what is so exciting about this is when we say across different racing disciplines, we're saying NHRA, SCCA, NASCAR, IndyCar, again, karting, open wheel, dirt, sprint cars, everything, anything that has a motor and wheels and goes fast, but also all the disciplines. So it's engineers, drivers, public relations, sponsor management, track operations, all of those elements that all make our industry go. So every month we're going to have a different topic. And what will be great is we're going to have a moderator and a guest. And the moderator and guest will be from that discipline. So if it's an engineer, it's going to be an engineer is a moderator and an engineer is the guest. And that's going to allow them to have that deep dive conversation. But what's great is prior to the day that we have this mentorship hour, we're going to let you know it's going to be on a schedule. We're going to solicit questions ahead of time so we can aggregate these questions. We're also going to put together a way that you can also ask questions anonymously, because we want to make sure that we can talk about a varied array of topics. Ideally, you're going to be able to watch. You're going to be able to watch it live, but if you can't, most of these chats will then be in a library, a video library, and you can watch after the fact. And what's fantastic about this is it's going to just create dialogue, but it's going to be, obviously, we hope that everybody watches across all disciplines, because maybe you learn something about a discipline that isn't your focus. So maybe an engineer does learn about track operations and kind of what goes on behind the scenes and, running Sonoma Raceway. And what are the kind of questions you have? But then for track operators, they're going to get a different deep dive in some of the challenges that we've all had in our careers. And we can really kind of talk about our own experiences, but really the minutia, not just a interview with somebody to tell you about their interview, about their career arc. What's something that you had a challenge with in a job interview? Tell me how you dealt with a difficult boss or a difficult employee, like that kind of stuff where is valuable and applicable to so many people. So we're really proud of the mentorship program, and we're going to start it right out of the gate here. And hopefully that's something that people will feel is tangible, helpful, and an investment in our collective community of racing.
Yeah, you got it. And this is all ultimately going to help grow the sport. I mean, all we're really going to do is make the sport richer, make the sport bigger, and just, really and represent what society really is, that we know is already there, but how can we grow it? And I have to do one more shout out about Racing 101. We worked really hard. There was a whole PowerPoint presentation about how the structure of the organizations, what different sanctioning bodies are out there. I mean, there's this is that stuff that sometimes nobody really knows. And so we're really going to be like this little encyclopedia of motorsports. And so we want you to go to the website. We want you to drive the website and use the website to your advantage so that everybody wins.
Yep. Visit us at womeninmotorsportsna.com. Women in Motorsports NA, North America. And visit us, favorite it, put it in your favorites so that you can visit us often. And we can't wait to see you guys all at the track.
Yeah. And we've also got a survey coming out in May that we'll be doing too. So we just got all kinds of stuff going on. And thank you, Epartrade. Really, this is the industry. You are the industry, and we want to talk to the industry, and you're giving us this platform and this opportunity, and I can't thank you enough. Seriously.
Well, we're excited to do that. So thank you.
Yeah.
And you're all showcasing on our platform right now, so you're all set up, and people can find you there or go direct to your website.
Well, let's real quick, Lynn, let's make sure we put this out there also. Women in Motorsports, October 5th and 6th, Hendrick Motorsports. You can get on online now that you got your website up. Stay in tune with what's going on, breaking news. People are going to be on there. And again, you got it rolling, ladies.
We're going to knock it out of the park.
You got it rolling.
We're coming to Charlotte.
There you go.
And Detroit, June 1st.
And Detroit, June 1st. Yep.
And Beth, real quick, from me to you, congratulations on your announcement. I'm excited for you. I think it's going to be wonderful. And I mean, as you said, and Lynn said it, coming off of Pikes Peak, we got ladies there. We got Judy with the Epartrade. We got you, Lynn and Beth both. I mean, it's happening. It's happening. So excited about being a part. And every time so far something's happened, I've been able to be with you. My honor to be there. So again, a great day here on Epartrade. Just proud that that we're a part of it.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Making it.
Thank you very much for being with us today, Lynn and Beth, and thank you for your wonderful word, Jeff. So the webinars today, both sessions have been recorded. They will be posted later on the Epartrade platform, as well as on our social media and YouTube channel. We will be back next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific. We're going to be talking Formula One design of a racetrack with Apex Design. They built the racetrack in Miami, which is going to be held a week later. So we're going to have the architect and the design of the racetrack next week at 9 a.m. Thank you very much for being with us. Let's go racing.
Registering on Epartrade is easy. Fill out your name, email, phone number, and create a secure password. Next, select your business type. Choose supplier if you're looking to display products or services and connect with buyers. Choose racing business if you're looking to find new parts and connect with suppliers. Choose race team if you own or are a member of a professional racing team. Begin typing your company name. We most likely already have your company in our database, which you can select from the drop-down. Then, enter your job title. Choose Claim Company if you'll be editing your company profile. Other members of your company can choose Join Company if they'd like to use Epartrade as well. You can view and agree to our terms of use here. If you'd like to receive our weekly newsletter, choose Accept. Click Register Now, and your registration will be submitted for approval. You'll need to confirm your email once it goes through. To keep our platform industry only, you'll be approved shortly after. If we require additional proof of business, we'll reach out. Welcome to Epartrade.